Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. This is J-trim. J-trim goes on either side of a door, and the siding slips into the opening here. Now J-trim has got this nasty habit, especially in stores. They take the J-trim and they put it in a rack, and then it gets stuck together. And then you go to pull it apart and it scratches the hell out of the J-trim. Now, I only need the bottom 8 feet, well, 7 feet. So I can afford to chew up a little bit of it, but it just annoys me that I paid for it and it comes bundled like this. They've wrapped it up, put it in my truck, and it's going to be screwed up. It's just going to be screwed up. It's got the trim scratched. The thing that's supposed to be the details that you look at is scratched. And it annoys. Is to separate the two, I have to go in there and actually pry them apart because stuff just... See these scratches? They're there. There's no way to stop them from being there. They're already there when you get it home. That's a need for it. And the paint scratched on it. Not only that, the one that's on the outside that isn't scratched gets bent trying to get it apart. So that's just lame. That is pitiful. Here I am trying to put up a building using stuff that I bought at Menards, and it's damaged when I get it home. Yeah, I know, the dog barks all the time. Sorry about that, guys. They leave the dog outside, and all it does is bark. They sit outside with the dog while the dog runs around and barks at everything for no apparent reason other than it just likes to bark. So, bear with me. I gotta work. If you want to watch the video, please do. Sorry about the noise. There's apparently no way to stop it. So I'm going to be just as noisy as I can, try and drown this out. I actually might just do a voiceover because you guys don't need to hear this. Okay. Fortunate thing is, I thought, I'm going to screw this trim up. I'm going to buy 4 pieces. I only need 2, but I'm going to buy 4 pieces. So I did. Knowing that I couldn't expect anybody to do their job properly if I expected to not have to drive 12 miles round trip, waste a couple hours while I talk to people and say, hey, this is wrong, can you replace it? Well, you know, we don't. We can't do that because you bought it, and you know, my patience with retail companies is wearing pretty thin, if I had any at all, which lately is less and less likely. And I used to run a retail store. For 2 years I ran a retail store. My own money. And when somebody came in the door and they were unhappy, I said, what can I do to make you happy? Did my best to solve the problem. Now I get, well, you know, that's not something we take returns on. Well, don't sell it if you don't want to take it back if it's wrong. Even more, look at what you're selling, check it on the shelf, say, you know, this is good stuff. We're going to take care of it because it's important to somebody that they get it home and it works. Always nice to have a magnet handy, especially when you're wearing a tool belt. 40 pounds of tools, screws, bolts, nuts, washers, and drill motors, pliers, you name it, various other sundries. Okay, that's got two up there. Yep, and you drop them anyways. Okay, get down here on one knee and put these screws in. Okay, I have the J channel marked. I'm going to take a pair of tin shears and cut along that blue line so that I can fold this tab down. Same thing on both ends. And I have to cut this to length, so I'm going to go grab the tin shears because I can't cut this with a nibbler. So I'll cut this with the tin shears, then I'll trim this to length on those two ends, and I should be able to put this up. Then I'm ready for the next piece of trim, or the next piece of paneling to go up, and we'll see how that works. Well, this pair of tin shears is no good, so I'll have to go get another pair. Working alone, sometimes you got to improvise. which involves a lot of walking around things, but that's okay. That's the spot I'm going to cut to down this curve. There. I'm going to make a practice cut down on this piece because this is waste. Couple wrinkles, but not bad. Let's give it a shot. Okay, hardly any bumples. Hardly any ripples in the steel. One little one here where I started, but it's going to be pretty good. I'll just bend that one back down, like so. And it should match up pretty good. There. I'll put screws in along there that'll pull it up tight. Take care of those. Now, this part. It says I should be able to just cut this with a sharp knife. We're going to see. Now the directions and the prints and the videos all say you can cut this stuff with a sharp knife. You score it, then you bend it. We'll see how sharp my knife is. Phew. I'm telling you, it sounds a lot easier than it is. Just flip it over and bend it back the other way, they say. Problem is, I don't think I can bend it that way. I think if I had a bit more metal over here, it would bend easier. I tell you, boys, this just doesn't look like it's going to work. Nope, scoring it on the backside is not going to be functional either. I think you have to bend it so far that it's impossible to get the darn thing to bend that way. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take and slice it down through here. Or should I just go at it a totally different way? Let's try that. Worst that'll happen is I'll wreck a piece of steel. Okay, I'm going to flip this up. I'm going to come out here a ways. I'm going to cut this down next to that spot. See if I can get a good cut going. Hi, hon. Coming.
How is it going?
Brutally and by hand. It's got to be one of the noisiest neighborhoods in existence. Between me, the lawnmowers, the dogs barking, and the girls screaming.
And the cars.
And the cars.
Uh-oh.
Did that on purpose.
Oh. There. Now it can't come down.
This is a glowing recommendation of high 70s and no rain. It's starting to rain now. So I'm going to pick up the tools. I'm going to come in the house and start editing this video. If you have any suggestions for new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. And don't trust an AI. AI doesn't actually stand for artificial intelligence. It's anything but.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.